Problems going on in this world, student hunger should not be one of them, especially when we're trying to go through our studies and further our education. As a group of students, I feel like we can all relate to this, whether it's that really early morning class or that class that's right before lunch. We understand that, and we want to put a stop to the grumbling stomachs. Today, we want to talk about how a lot of places don't allow students to snack during class and why that should change. I, Morgan, will tell you about the problem, Cameron will give you a couple of solutions, and Zach will give you a visualization. I'll start off with the problem. We as students have a problem, and I want to elaborate on two things of that. One, what the problem is, and two, the issues that this problem can cause. One, the problem is that students aren't allowed to snack during class. This can actually have quite a few drawbacks. According to BetterMind.com, people are less likely to focus when they are hungry. So this can result in a lack of attentiveness in the classroom, less participation, and it can also result in an attitude, which is better known as hangry, being hungry and angry. If you've seen the Snickers commercials, you'll know what I'm talking about. You're not you when you're hungry. So this can also trigger things such as depression, anxiety, fits of anger, sadness, and fatigue if you're too hungry. So this can overall have a downgrade on the students' academic work as well as their mental health. So now that I've told you about the problem, I'll hand it off to Cameron to give you a couple of solutions.
Thank you, Morgan. So there are many solutions to this snacking in class problem, but today I'll be focusing on two of them. One of the solutions is to let students snack in class but have some restrictions on the snacking. As Morgan said earlier, students perform better when they're not hungry, when they're not focusing on their hunger. So this would improve performance and also the attention of students. So the first restriction would be to designate a part of the room to have snacking. So like one side of the room would be allowed to have snacks, and the other side would be the students that don't want to have snacks. So this would be not as distracting to the kids who don't want snacks as it would be all on one side. Also, you could designate a certain time. The teacher could either before class, after, or like the last couple minutes of class, or during the middle of class. So then this, everyone would be snacking at the same time, limiting the distractions, and then students would focus better after that. Next, another solution that would, or to the problem of students not being able to snack in class, would be to let them snack but only have just certain snacks, like a certain list of them. And this would be whatever the teacher would find appropriate. This would mainly be small snacks, for example, like granola bars or fruit snacks or something small like that. And this would minimize the potential mess and also the distraction. According to www.mcall.com, an article titled "Schools Facing More Restrictions on Snack Foods" by Adam Clark in 2014, the U.S. Department of Agriculture had made restrictions to snacks in schools, making them healthier. With this, they made sure that the snacks were less than 200 calories and less than 230 milligrams of sodium. So now that I have given you a couple solutions to this problem, now Zach here will give you a visualization.
Thank you, Cameron. I want everybody in here to, well, not really close your eyes, but just visualize this whole entire thing as an individual level. When it comes to the individual and you don't have any breakfast before you go to class, me, myself, personally, I've done that. Cameron has probably done it. Morgan is accused of it. Everyone in here has probably not had something before they went to school for their first class. I'm not the only one. When you don't have anything to eat, as Morgan said earlier, you get hangry. It is really not a good feeling. There have been multiple times where I'm ticked off and I really want lunch to come by. And I'm looking at the clock right now because I want something. But besides the point. Second point I want to talk about for the individual level. If I were to have something during class, my mood would change. I wouldn't no longer be angry, I'd be happy. I'd want to communicate with every other classmate in here. Not that I already do, but as I said, my mood would change, everything would change if I had a little bit of something. Now that I've set a little bit of the stage for the individual, I want to talk about the classroom setting. not only will, if I have something or anybody else in here would have something, I would want to participate more in a classroom setting, and that would involve others to participate in. And as a result of this, teachers and parents will notice higher test scores. Your parents and teachers that you have, they want you to succeed. Unless, of course, they don't want you to. I don't know the answer to that. Don't ask me. Now that I've given you those two, I'll have Morgan finish things off.
So remember how I said not snacking in the classroom can result in a lack of focus and attentiveness? Well, that's what I just experienced because I missed a note card, so I'm going to go back to the problem very quickly. So here are some issues that not letting students snack in the classroom can cause, aka my part of the speech. It can cause many disruptions, which could also be like a student trying to sneak snacks during class. They'd be paying attention too much and trying to take a snack out of their backpack instead of paying attention, which can disrupt the students around them. I don't know if you've ever seen anyone try to be very sneaky in class, but it's always kind of fun to watch. And some teachers actually send students out of the classroom for eating during class, which can result in either talking to in the office, detention, ISS, depending on how many times this kid has done it. Regardless, that takes time out of their classroom studies and away from their education. So that can result in a lack of ambition to keep going to that class. And now that I have told you about the problem, Cameron has given you a couple of solutions, and Zach has given you a visualization. We have told you about why snacking during class should be allowed in schools and why it shouldn't be such a problem. We need to stand up for our snacking rights, and with this, I'm going to give you a quote from Snickers: "Curb your hunger before your hunger curbs you." Thank you.